Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Armello. Armello is, well, effectively, it's a board game. It's a board game, but in computer game format. And not kind of one of those nice, simple board games you might be more familiar with. It's no Monopoly or Cluedo. No, this is one of those more German or Dutch Euro board games that's got quite a bit of complexity to it. But I've put a few hours into this already, so I think I understand it pretty well, and hopefully I can explain it as we go along. It's also excellent. Spoiler warnings, it's really bloody good. So, let's dive into this, shall we? From the wolf to bear, the clans declare the time has come to take the throne. For rots creeping, it twists our king. Heroes rise, save Armello. And there's the king question. Would you believe he's gone a bit mental? You can tell because he's purple and looks a bit evil. So welcome to Armello, which as you can see here is largely divided up into little hexes. Everything's all very hexy. If you've played board games before, this is all going to be pretty familiar to you. I think I'm not sure if it's completely randomized or if it's kind of randomly generated. I get the feeling that it's randomly generated. I think this looks different a little bit from the first time that I played the game. So you can see here that this here is the board and this is the entire world. It's fairly small, but as I say, this is basically just like a little board game. A hero starts in each corner. You can't really die in this game, by the way. If you run out of health, you just return to your citadel. So Sana up there just returns to her citadel. If I die, I return to my citadel. There's a small punishment, but it's not that severe, all things considered. In fact, sometimes tactically, you might want to die. Because if you made your way to one side of the board and you want to get back to this side of the board, getting yourself into a dangerous situation so you get yourself killed might actually be quite a sensible thing to do. Everything centres around the centre here, the castle. This here is the king, the mad king. If we just hover over his palace, we can see inside him. Basically, we're sick of the king being mad and evil. So, if someone can kill him, they become the new king and they win straight away. But as you can see there on the right, he's got quite a lot of health of his own too, for now, though he gets weaker as the game goes on. Alternatively, if you just kind of become his favourite, you can play a political game and just effectively become his heir apparent and just take over if he dies of natural causes. So basically waiting out the clock and playing a political game. Or alternatively, you can use magic and various other means to try and effectively cure him. You can do that as well. So it's kind of a bit like Civilization in some ways, because obviously there's like tiles and also multiple different win conditions. Different characters tend towards different tactics, but you know, I think any character could win by any win condition. Anyway, let's get started. I think things will be relatively easy to figure out as we go. So, this is my character. You can see out there he's got 3 action points. I'm playing as a rat because I like playing as a rat. Rats kind of do a lot of tricky stuff. They do a lot of like cards and sabotage. Move over to a hex and that uses up one of his 3 action points. I think every character starts off with 3 action points and those get kind of used up through various actions. Move into a town that no one else is occupying. And that has now become my town. My little banner's now surrounded. Basically, that just means every kind of couple of turns, I get some gold out of that. I don't need to hold it to do that. It will just stay mine until someone else takes it. And then I can just move on. The game gives you a quest to start off with. Yeah, there's a quest right there, so I can kind of head in the direction of that quest next. So I may as well just start moving in that direction. Let's see what's the best way to get to that quest. So just leave that town, hang out in this forest. If you've played various like Euro board games, this will all come very naturally to you. In the sense of, you know, there are different hexes. A plains hex is basically free to be passed. A mountain hex gives you a defensive bonus while you're on top of it. However, crossing it uses double action points. You need to use 2 action points rather than 1. Forest provides you with stealth and cover at various circumstances. It all kind of comes to you very naturally. I'm not going to explain everything right now. I think which kind of things will kind of become clear as we go along. So I'm just going to end my turn right away, and thus it's the next hero's turn. Thane, the wolf. He's more of kind of like the big traditional hero who hits things with a big sword. He's good in a fight, but he's not so good at other things. So, Thane moves in and he takes that town. The next person that comes up, the rabbit. The rabbit's good at looting and magic a little bit. She's a bit of an all-rounder. She also moves and takes 1 town and then pauses. Basically, like the first turns are very quiet, and Sana the bear, who's the big magic user, is very likely to do the same. So she has headed in and taken a town and will probably move straight on as well. Night rolls in. This is how the game works, by the way. Basically, there's a day-night cycle. Every turn it cycles between day and night. Aha! Now this as a first turn has all worked out very nicely for me. For the most part, while I'm getting set up, I don't really want loads of heroes to be kind of floating around near me. I'd rather keep my distance from the other heroes. So this has worked quite nicely, because over in this quarter of the board, straight away, Thane the Wolf and Amber the Rabbit have started moving towards each other, and also an Abomination just happens to have generated, that just happens by chance, out of this here like little kind of dungeon, and is heading towards them too. So they'll probably end up fighting each other and that monstrosity for a little while. Meanwhile, the bear is also heading in that direction. Good old Sana, though I think she might be hidden inside a forest. During the day, forests don't provide cover, but you're invisible in a forest at night, so you can use that for ambushing. My character as a rat actually has a lot of advantages in terms of stealth. Like whenever I'm in a town, I'm stealthed up anyway. What I could do now is I can't make it to where my starting quest is over here in one turn, because as I say, mountains require 2 action points to cover, so instead I'm going to take the long way round and swing by this dungeon, because it's going to take me 2 turns to make it over here anyway, so I may as well go to a dungeon and see if I can get a benefit. Before I do that, I should probably talk about the hand that I've drawn over here. So basically, I've drawn a whole bunch of cards. At the beginning of each turn, you get to draw back up to your hand limit. Your hand limit is determined by one of your 4 key stats down here in the bottom left, your wit. This is why I like playing as the rat. I like having high wit and thus having loads of cards in my hand. Cards can occasionally be a bit of a double-edged sword, but not always so much. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. So, Bubble Tea, +1 prestige until the end of the target's next turn. Okay, so I could spend a gold, and you can see that I've got 7 gold straight away, and I'll be earning more for every town that I take as well, which is lovely. If I spend 1 gold, then I will get +1 prestige point until the end of my target's next turn, and my target can be me. Sure, no reason not to spend that on myself right now. Spend a point, and immediately at the end of the turn, I will basically get a prestige point. In fact, I just get it immediately. I think I might just got it immediately. I'm not sure. I can't remember whether that used to be 1 or not. Prestige points, as I say, are one of the victory conditions, and also do something else which can be very, very useful. What else have we got here? Regeneration, +2 health per turn for the target's next 2 turns. Now that is indeed very, very useful, but I don't need to worry about that just yet because I'm at full health. A merchant's agreement. Both heroes gain +1 gold per turn until either hero dies. Ooh, that could be useful. I would cast that on Sana, but I don't know where she is, so I can't cast it on her. And I don't want to cast it on either of those 2 guys, because I strongly suspect they're going to be dying to each other or that monstrosity pretty soon, so I won't bother just yet. That's a very powerful health potion, so I can turn 2 gold into 4 health. Lovely. By the way, in case you hadn't figured it out, obviously both in the top left, the heart, as well as in the bottom left, the body, that is 5 hit points of health that I have. So that's like pretty good. It's probably a tiny bit above average. It's not too bad at all. Wild's Warning grants evade until the end of the target's next turn, which basically means a strong defensive bonus. Basically, it's very hard for me to be hit. That's a good thing to hold on to for the minute at least. But to do that, I don't spend money. I spend magic. My character is not a good magic user. That's my downside. I've got terrible spirit, and my spirit basically determines how many magic points I'm allowed to have. So I can have very, very few, and thus I can only cast fairly feeble spells. But Wild's Warning's not that bad. And finally, the expendables, -1 to peril difficulty. Perils, anything that's got a little skull over it basically has some form of curse on it that either another character or the king or nature or whatever has placed on it. Basically, you just have to roll dice to match whatever the peril says you have to match. They can be a bit tricky, so expendables could be very, very useful, but I don't need to worry about that yet. Instead, I'm going to go into this here dungeon. Go into a dungeon and you immediately flip to see what's about to happen. And what happens is, ooh! I got a treasure. +1 wit while equipped, and in battle +1 shield. That's amazingly good. I'm equipping that right away. Yeah, you can basically have 3 members of your party and 3 bits of equipment. So I'm equipping that right away, and that means I'm now up to 7 wit. So that means next time I'll be able to have even more cards in my hand. That was really good. That's very, very lucky. That's an amazing treasure to have drawn early. Yeah. So free defense in all my fights, and I get an extra card to play, because cards aren't just useful outside the world, they also have uses in battles, but we'll get to that when we actually get to a battle. So I'll just move off the dungeon over here. I've used up my action points. Let's end turn and see what chaos is about to erupt up here, because I suspect things are about to go. Yes, so that wolf has decided to attack the monstrosity. Killing the monstrosity will get him a prestige point because it's evil, and he's pretty good at killing things, but he'll probably take some damage in return. Let's see how this all shows up. He can take any of his cards and burn them to guarantee one of his dice turns out in a particular way. He's doing 3 attack. And so basically the way attacks work is an attack is nullified by his defense. Every subsequent attack kills him, but he's going to take a load of damage back too. So he's killed that monstrosity, and he's going to get a prestige point for doing that, I think. Yeah, there he is, +1 prestige. But he's down to like 1 health at this point, which means he just died to a swamp because he moved into that swamp to take out the thing before he knew how much health he was going to have after the fight. So he actually just died to a swamp. That's very anticlimactic. That gives Amber free reign to go in and take that town over. She's running into that forest and is taking on some form of peril, but we don't know what's going on in there. Yeah, I think she lost that peril because she just lost some money, but she also went in and took Thane's town over and did a quest in there that we don't know exactly what happened. Sana is moving out and around. Now she's moving up into this corner. She's doing a quest. She got, what did she get there? +1 wit and +1 prestige points and moved into a stone circle. At night, stone circles grant you +1 health. In the day, they don't. And who is the prestige leader? The bunny is the prestige leader. Okay, and that means this is what prestige is for. It's not just a condition. Every turn, or rather every morning, so every other turn, the prestige leader gets to basically get a choice of 2 laws to enact because the prestige leader has the king's ear and is kind of like the heir apparent. I now get to take another 2 cards. I'll take 1 item card, Hare's Halberd, and opponents suffer -1 dice. Not too bad, I might actually equip that. And 1 trickery card. Rangers grant scout from this location, so basically I can apply that to an area and thus I can always see what's going on in it. Fine. I'll apply the halberd now, I think, so that just gives me, yeah, my opponents will have 1 less dice, and I had to spend some coins to do that. But you'll notice my money rose up a little bit again, because I hold this town over here. Do I have any other town? No, I think it's at the dawn of each day, so every other turn that you actually get some money out of your towns. So now I'm going to go through here. This wouldn't grant me any healing even if I were injured, just because it's the daytime. And instead I will now head up into this spot here, this plain, which appears to have a quest on it. My understanding is this is a quest of wits, so I should be well equipped to take care of it. Yes, this is a forgery, so Arthur's mansion on Crimson Moor is luxurious, every room filled with treasures, and Arthur invites you to spot the fake in his collection. Now, because I've got a load of wit, and this is a wit chance, you can tell because it's got the goblet down at the bottom there, and that matches the goblet of wit, therefore I've got a 70% chance of succeeding and winning the hand cannons, but if I fail and can't spot the fake, then the word gets around like I'm a bit of an idiot, and thus I actually lose a prestige point. I could, however, take the simple action and simply I could threaten Arthur and get him to reveal the fake. For some reason, that would get me +1 wit and +1 prestige points anyway. So I think actually, because if I search for the fake, I gain the wit and the prestige anyway, but then I'd lose the prestige if I fail the check. So I'd probably be neutral for prestige, so I'd still have 1, but I would still gain +1 wit. Let's just check that though. Hopefully I'll pass it. The way it just works is it's a fairly simple, just random draw. Okay, good, I've succeeded. So that means the answer comes like a lightning bolt. All of them! Arthur applauds, he hands you an artifact. I wanted this to go to a worthy observer. Indeed, every single thing in his collection was a forgery. It was a trick. And that means I get the reward, the hand cannon. So in the battle, the first 2 rolled swords pierce opponents' shields. I should go over the dice, by the way. Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of things to go over in this game. The dice in this game, basically, usual 6-sided dice. It can give you a sword, which is +1 to attack, a shield, +1 to defense, sun, which is +1 attack in the day but useless at night, a moon, +1 attack at night, useless in the day, the tree symbol, this here kind of tree symbol that you can see at the top of this here card, that's the world tree, which basically means that there's an explosion, meaning you get +1 die and you get to re-roll, or there's the worm or the rot, which is basically the die is not used for anything that is worthless, that's kind of your failure. So, okay, I'm going to equip the hand cannons right now. So, my character's looking pretty decent at the moment if we look at my equipment. So I get +1 wits at all times and I get a free shield in battle. Any opponent I take on loses 1 of their die immediately. And the first 2 swords I roll in a fight actually get to pierce my opponent's shield. So basically get to bypass defense. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to be able to do some damage to people when I get around to fighting them. But for the moment, I don't need to worry about that too much, really. Yeah, should be alright for the minute. What I probably should do is head up this way, and potentially I should be able to fight Sana, because Sana's not very good at fighting. You can see that her stats on the right. Her fighting is very, very low. She only gets kind of 2 dice for normal combat. And if I could fight her at night, I think she's, yeah, because you have affinities for day versus night for each of the animals, which means when you should pick your fights. So if I go over to the hero scroll, you can see that my affinity is +1 dice during night because I'm a rat, but I'm pretty sure that she is, yeah, during the day. So if I fight her at night, I've got a lot of advantages already, and she's not very good at fighting. So I might just go and kill her tonight. So I'm going to move in this direction, move into this here forest. Can't do anything else. Let's see if there's anything I want to do with any of my cards. I might just want to get rid of some cards that aren't very useful to me, purely because I want to be able to draw up to something better. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to cast Merchant's Agreement over on Amber, because I suspect Amber's going to be alive, at least for a little bit. Yeah, I'll put it on Amber. So at least I'll get a little bit of gold out of that. In all fairness, she needs to survive 2 turns just for me to break even, but I also open up a spot for me to draw a new card, so I can kind of get some better cards out of the way. Yeah, I think I'm okay for now. I'm going to end my turn there and see what goes on. So Thane is now going to... Ooh, he lost 3 gold for some reason. There may have been some form of curse on him. So he's now going to... Is he going to immediately bloody attack Amber? He is as well. I've just thrown away some gold and Amber. Let's see how these two get on. You can skip these, by the way, but I quite like seeing them. So what's he got? You can see that like loads of them have got like equipped items that are quite useful. Actually, he's only got 3 dice. Why has he only got 3 dice? I would have thought he ought to have 5. I think maybe she's got some form of equipment that's knocked some of his dice out of the game. Does no damage and takes 1 hit in return. Yeah, he actually did worse out of that. Oh no, he did. Oh, of course, sorry. Even though she had shields up, his special ability is he can bypass shields. So he did 1 damage to her and she did 1 damage to him. So they're just weakening each other, which is quite good. Amber just did some form of event that basically meant she stole a hell of a lot of gold. She's encountering a peril right now. Let's see what she's taking on. She's taking on Dark Influence. Is she going to be able to pass that? She needs to get another shield. She has. She's succeeded. So she's actually got rid of that penalty without paying the price, and thus gets to ransack this dungeon. Let's see what she gets. She gets a prestige point for doing something. I'm not sure what she actually got there. Moves on. Moves to Sana's turn. I'm hoping Sana will head in my direction. No, she's moving away. Darn, I wanted to kill her, but never mind. If she's heading in that direction towards Amber, are they going to attack? She's surely not going to attack Amber. No, but she's going to try and take over one of Amber's towns. Rather, she's going to immediately take over one of Amber's towns. I think she just got 4 moves. She might well have something that gives her a bonus action point. Night rolls round. The king is getting weaker as time goes on. You can see there that the rot is killing him. It's a problem. There's a new monstrosity, which is unfortunately close to my citadel, but hopefully won't be a problem. Now, because I've completed that quest, I now get a new quest. I basically get to choose a quest, and I can also see at the bottom what it's a test of. So, for example, there's a fight challenge, a spirit challenge, or a body challenge. None of those are my specialty. My specialty is wit, so I might decide this on the basis of which has got the best reward. I get a spirit stone. If I can get 4 spirit stones and then go to the castle, I can purify the king. I don't become the king, but I still win the game because I saved the king and peace is restored. And This is gaining a person, so I would gain, who's this, a conjurer. This could be one of my teams, because right now I don't have anyone kind of as part of my team. Draw 1 spell card each time you play. That's so useless to me, no. Or the Royal Banner, which is, ooh, +3 prestige while equipped. That could be very, very useful. Would I rather have... You know what? Maybe I'd rather have a Spirit Stone. But, oh, a Fight Challenge isn't really my speciality. When it says Fight Challenge, I think that means not actually a fight. I think it means, like, a chance to succeed based on my fight stats. So I should probably go for Royal Banner just because my body stat is the best of those. Now, where is that going to be? That's way over there. That's not actually that useful to me. Okay, so I don't need any more items because I'm already filled up my inventory. Instead, I'm just going to go purely on trickery. A hidden trap that I can lay on a spot. Good. Crooks, again, play on a spot. Or hoodwinked, play to a dungeon settlement. So unequip all items. Ah! So on any dungeon, forest, or mountain, I can lay this card. And if anyone walks into it, they do have the chance to avoid it. I think like any of these can be avoided. They work like any peril. But like, they're sometimes quite hard to avoid. Generally, they'll work more often than they don't. Or I can put crooks onto any tile at all. -1 gold, and if the target can't pay, -1 health and -1 action point. So a good way of either, yeah, taking a bit of gold off someone, or ideally, if it catches someone with no gold, does quite a bit of damage to them. Meanwhile, I can put this onto any dungeon or settlement, hoodwinked, where I can unequip every single item that someone's got. So generally, like, if, for example, one of my opponents is really powerful because they've got some really good items, if I could hoodwink all their clothes off them, then that would be a very good thing, because that basically just burns all of their, yeah, that will burn all their items. I've got a bit of an annoying thing here, which is there's a town right here, but there's a king's guard standing on it, so I don't really want to cause trouble with the king right now. Instead, I'm going to steal one of Sana's settlements right here. So that's now going to become my settlement instead. Right now, no one is challenging my control of this settlement down here. So for the moment, at least, I should just have 2 gold coming in. Now, I do have a quest down here, but I don't have to go that way. I can kind of go anywhere I want. In fact, actually, like I was saying earlier, there might be a sensible case here for now me just kind of heading in, potentially trying to get some prestige point, take some towns, pick some fights with anyone who's looking a little bit weak, and then once we're done, getting deliberately defeated and thrown back to the beginning here. Yeah, that could work quite nicely, in fact. How many action points do I have remaining? I've got 2 action points remaining. I think I'll be... I'd like to just be here, actually. I think I might just be... Oh, but I could get all the way over here. I could get within striking distance of that town. Yeah, I'll go to here and then here. And I'll also keep an eye on what this here King's Guard does. The thing to remember is Sana will probably die pretty soon, because I can't imagine she's going to have much survivability. Though she's got lots of health, she just doesn't really have much strength. I imagine someone's going to kill her pretty quickly, at which point she'll teleport back to her citadel over here and probably immediately go and retake this town. So there's not much I can really do about that, to be honest. You know what I will do? I'm a bit worried by Amber because I saw she did have some good gear, so I could play Hoodwinked in order to get her equipment off her. Yeah, you know what? That's probably not a bad idea. Hoodwinked is going to be on that town now, and I'm hoping that will hit Amber this next turn. End the turn. Thane's back. So now Thane will probably take that town off Amber. Could well decide to attack. No, he decided not to attack Sana, but might go into that. Oh no! Is attacking Amber. Perfect. They're pretty much at war at this point. Good. So he's got plenty of dice, but I think she's had an ability that keeps... Oh, bloody hell. Look at all her equipment. She gets +3 attack, like, guaranteed, but she's got almost no dice. I think she gets to convert her dice kind of guaranteed. Oh, got killed, but she'll probably kill him back. No, he just survives by a single hit. So Amber has been killed. Lovely. He's going to be starting to get some prestige points up, actually. We need to keep an eye on that. And then Amber gets to immediately... In fact, she might immediately come for revenge. I'm not sure if she can. Amber comes over here, uses some form of item, and she's going to attack him back? No, Amber's going to go and raid a tomb. She's good at that sort of thing. She gets +3 magic points. Excellent, so she can do some really cool magic. Oh, I think she's got 4 action points there. That's really cool, and she's doing something. What did she just do? No idea what she did. She did some form of action. Sana heads into being hidden in a wood. Oh, is Sana... Where's Sana heading? Is Sana heading towards my town? No, and that's not my town. That's just a dungeon where I have... Oh, Sana's gathering... Sana is gathering the spell stones. That's what she's doing. Sana is going to try and collect 4 spell stones and then go and cure the king. That is her condition. Now, who is currently... yeah. So the wolf, Thane, is currently prestigious enough that he is setting the laws. So the king hires mercenaries to bolster control of his settlements. Ah. So now every single settlement in the game just gained a peril in the form of mercenaries. So we've got to be a little bit careful. You are... Aha. I thought you might be. You've moved off that settlement. So I could go and take that settlement. Are you going to move off that settlement? Yes, you have. Okay. King's guards are bloody everywhere at the moment. Right. Mercurio's turn. We'll go 100% trickery. Disguise. Grants stealth on every tile until the end of target's next turn. Ooh. Okay, if I want to sneak behind enemy lines, that could be a good thing to do. I could also decide to now go and sneak and take this town nice and quickly. It does have a thing on it, so what I'm going to do is the expendables basically, yeah, reduce peril difficulty, so basically take a peril requirement. I'll show this off, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to make a move back to this town. I'm going to take it and make it mine. So scout it out, and then move in here. So now we go in here, and we've now got a peril. So if I fail the peril, what happens is target is exiled to the nearest unoccupied mountain. Oh dear. So yeah, I'd just be kind of shoved off to a nearby mountain, which isn't too bad. Oh, and I think I'd also lose 2 gold. So what I've got to do is either I can roll my 8 dice, and I need to get 1 sun and 1 shield, so each of those is just a 1 in 6 chance. Or, if I want to, I could burn some useless cards that match these symbols. So a sun and a shield. Do I have anything I want to actually burn? I've got Rangers. Oh, Rangers is pretty useless, so I'm going to burn Rangers right away. So I've now guaranteed that one of my dice has become a shield. So all I need to do now is gain 1 sun, and I don't have any suns, so I actually just need to roll as usual. So I just need to get a single sun. Any sun. Any sun. There we are, we got 1 sun, we pass the check, we don't suffer the penalties, and as a result, we take that town. It's now ours. Beautiful. And actually, this all works to my favour, because now there's perils in those 2 towns, meaning if Sana gets killed and ends up back here, it'll be harder for her to retake this town. So instead, I now move up to here, and do I want to... I've got 3 gold. Do I want to... You notice actually another thing that my rat character gets is for every town beyond the first town that I hold, the cost of my trickery cards goes down. So I can now throw out these traps for free. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... Do I want to throw this out? Yeah, you know what? I'll just kind of screw over Sana if she tries to take her town back. We'll put that here. And if I put this here, does it affect me? I hope not. I'm going to put this here. No, I can't play that here because that's actually on top of me. Oh, sorry. That needs to be on a dungeon, a forest, or mountains anyway. Okay. I will put that... Actually, no, I won't put that there because I don't want to accidentally walk into my own traps. I'm not sure if you even can, if that actually is a thing that happens in this game. I think it is. So I'll play that next turn. I'll just kind of play that somewhere nearby. Or I could just play it... is there a way of defending this town? Yeah, actually, I can defend this town that's mine. I'll put a hidden trap in... Really? In forest or mountain? Yeah, okay, fine. I thought that red meant that I couldn't play that. So now, there's a swamp here... and a trap in here. And there's also a monstrosity floating around. So this should be a fairly safe area. This town should be pretty secure, I'd like to think. So that's the end of my turn. Now what's going to happen over here? Thane, who's currently the prestige lead of everything, moves in here, encounters a peril. He's facing my hoodwinked. I didn't want him to face that. I wanted him to be, I really wanted that to be her. He'll never pass it, which means he now loses all his items. So that's fine, because he was looking pretty powerful, to be honest. He's got a lot of prestige at the moment, so I'm glad he's been weakened a little bit. Though I did kind of want it, and he's going to do the same thing again, except this time he's going to be taking on mercenaries. Oh, are those my mercenaries? No, I think those are someone else's mercenaries, which means he'll probably lose 2 health on an action point. Yeah, he's just... Is he just died? I think he just died. Excellent. So the mercenaries actually killed him, and he goes back here. Amber continues to just be rolling for treasure. Actually got a companion out there, I think, that we don't know who that's going to be until we actually run into her in battle. Goes over here, encounters a peril herself, takes on more mercenaries, the king's mercenaries that he applied to everything. She will probably be able to do that. Has she been able to do so? And no, wasn't able to. Loses 2 health. And how much health did she have? She's got a little bit of health. Sana is now down here. And is moving towards... What is Sana doing right now? Sana is presumably just going to head to wherever the next Spirit Stone is, or a quest that points her at a Spirit Stone. Goes over to Knight. The King is losing health. Because the thing is, the victory to kill the King is very difficult to do at the beginning of the game. Ooh, a Spirit Stone very close to where I am. I might just go and get that, you know. Uh-oh. New monstrosity enters the map. Killing one of those, good source of prestige as well. Right, let's draw up some cards. All trickery. Agent of Misfortune, so I could put that on top of a peril to make a peril worse than it is. So they lose, 1 health for every unmatched symbol. It's quite nasty. Merry Thieves, steal 2 gold from the target and give it to the poorest hero. Okay, fine. Armistice, if either hero attacks the other, they'll be given a bounty. Okay, so effectively a little peace treaty. And more Merry Thieves. Okay, fine. That's not too bad at all. What I should probably try and do here is, as Sana is probably going to start heading in this direction, I might just keep half an eye on getting the Cure the King ending myself. Because right now, I don't really have like a clear path to winning. You can see that the king has like 7 fights, so he's quite tough in a fight. And for the moment at least, he's got a fair amount of health too, though he will be really flimsy at the end of the game. In fact, at the very end of the game, when he's down to like 1 or 2 health, basically all the heroes will rush the castle trying to kill him, and anyone who's currently leading in prestige will probably start trying to protect him, because then they can win via the prestige victory condition, and it's safer than actually trying to kill him. So I'm now going to head over here and grab myself a spirit stone, because why not? So now I've got 1 spirit stone. Lovely. And I may as well head in this direction too, and then be close by to one of Amber's town to steal that in the morning, because the more towns I can get, the more money I can get, the more I can just, the more expensive cards I can just throw out very, very quickly. Actually, you know what? As I want my town to remain hidden, Agent of Misfortune on my own town. So my own town is now very dangerous for anyone to try and take out. Now, steal 2 gold from a target and give it to the poorest hero. Who is currently the poorest hero? It's not going to be me. 3, 3, 5, 1. Sana. So I could potentially steal Amber's gold and hand it over to Sana. That could actually be worth doing, because this is basically free for me to do. So, Amber, Merry Thieves for you. So 2, that gets transferred over to Amber. And Merry Thieves again, because this is free for me to do. In this case, it gets transferred... Wait, what? Mercurio... Oh, Mercurio has received 2 gold. Oh, because we were the joint poorest. Okay, so I don't know if that was a random flip, or in the case of joint poorest, it's the person who cast it. So I've just gone up to 5, which is very, very useful. Excellent. And if either hero attacks the other, so I could force a hero to either not attack me or gain a bounty, which could be very, very useful. Still haven't needed that health potion. I haven't really been involved in much fighting yet. I've been quite lucky that the heroes have stayed out of my way. So, I think we'll end the turn there. Bloody poor Thane, who keeps kind of basically being... who keeps being killed over and over. He's probably going to go straight for Amber. Might decide he wants to go straight for Amber again. Yep, he does. He wants that town back off her. Now, how's her health doing? Her health is 3 out of 5. He's got 5 out of 5. She's got quite a bit of equipment. Oh, bloody hell. She gets 5. Wow. I think he's going to, like, potentially die straight away. Though we might actually be able to... Yeah, okay, so he's killed her, but I think she's going to kill him right back. Okay, double death. You probably shouldn't have started that fight. People can kill each other. That's perfectly legitimate. So both of them now die. Beautiful. Which means I think they both end up prestige neutral, because they both gained and lost a prestige point simultaneously. So Amber was led astray by the stranger, though. I think she had some sort of event there that went a bit wrong. Goes into the town, takes it back. Lovely. Sana. Now, where's Sana? She's down here somewhere. Where's she going? Is she going to try and cross these mountains? To try and get over to... Yes, indeed. She's got some form of peril. What's she got? A blizzard. Play on the mountain. So, -2 health and forced to off a mountain. And has she done it? She has passed the blizzard. She's absolutely fine. Can I just say this game is beautiful? I absolutely adore it. It's utterly gorgeous. Morning goes, morning of the 4th day. Still 5 prestige points. That, though, Wolf has a lot of control. Royal Inquisition. Ooh, King's Inquisitors are summoned. The King's Royal Guards are now actually going after the Banes. That's good. So this is basically a fight where I don't really care who wins or loses. In both cases, someone who's a bit annoying to me gets knocked off the board. So double attack. So he'll do 2 attacks in and take 1 back. Everyone ends that fight. I think that will force the Bane back 1 space. Yep, Bane is forced back because the Bane took more damage. Kingsguard doesn't do much, to be honest. I would like a bit of chaos on Sana's bit of the board. That's good. So, my turn. I can draw back up on trickery cards. Merchant agreements. Ooh, both heroes gain gold until either hero dies. Perfect. Another spy network. Not very useful to me. Ooh, witch hunters. Play to a settlement or stone circle. -4 magic. Okay. That could work. So, that merchant's agreement. I'm going to cast that on Sana. I'm not too worried about Sana, but I'd like her to be a good source of money for me as I just get more and more money coming in. I am going to... what's the most sensible thing I can do? I'm really worried by Amber. I need to do something about Amber to make sure she doesn't attack me. Or somehow disarm her. And I'm worried. Actually, you know what I've got? Every single one of these times, every time that you're in a battle, you can burn a card in order to get the same symbol that's on the card over there on the right there. You can turn a dice to guarantee to turn into one of those. I've got 3 World Tree cards right here. And those are 3 explosions. So 3 guaranteed attack with my dice not being used up. That's pretty good. I'd say we can probably go in and probably survive an encounter with Amber. Do I dare just straight up go in and... Yeah, I'm going to take her town. Screw her town. We're taking over her town. Yeah, nice. So, we've taken her town and we've also stolen a bit of money off her as a result, because that's one of my abilities. As a rat, I take over a town, I steal money from her. So, what am I going to do? I'm currently stealthy, which means, yeah, if she attacks me, or if she comes back to take her town back, then I will ambush her as she comes into the town. Anything else I can do here? Play to a settlement stone circle. No. I'd love it if I could just have a trap here. But sadly, there's not a great trap. I will put an armistice on her to force her to... If she attacks me, she gains a bounty, and then the guards will start coming for her. So that will work to my advantage. Yeah, I'll end the turn there and see how she reacts to that. Thane's going to show up now. He'll probably come and... Ooh. He won't be able to take that town back. Well, if he wants to, I'll have to take out a King's Guard to do it. Will he take the risk? He will, and immediately gains a bounty as a result. So he should be able to win this fight, but it might soften him up a bit, which I don't want. I'd rather have him at full strength so he can soften up Amber, so I can murder... In fact, I don't care if he murders Amber. Whatever, I really don't mind. So he has to decide... He's only got... Why has he only got 3? Why does he only have... He only seems to have 3 dice. I don't know why he's so weak at the moment. So he gets hit in... and gets hit 3 times in return. Thane is having a bad... Well, actually, he's got loads of prestige. He's just not doing well in the fights. So he has to retreat out with this... Oh, little sad whimper. Amber, what are you going to do? Loses a gold in the forest somehow. Returns to town. What are you playing at? Heads into the swamp and loses health. Has 4 health points. Heads into a dungeon. Does some looting. Gains a fair amount of gold from doing that. Fine. Sana... is possibly going to try and take over my town. Sana, don't do... Sana, I'm going to murder you. So dead. Oh, she kind of had to. Her quest was in there. Is she going to take over that other town too? No, okay, fine. She's good. Right, I might need to go and take care of her later. King gets weaker again. Obviously, it's night, so now all of the... And then... Oh, no! My town! My beautiful town! My town has just been attacked by the bloody Bane, and as a result, it's been kind of raised a bit. So I can go and recapture it, but I need to recapture before anything happens at this point. Bloody hell. You know, as you get into fights, I'm actually pretty good at fights. I've got all that beautiful equipment. More Banes taking on more King's Guards will basically just look like it's going to be... Oh, the Bane has got a lot of attacking power. That is 1 dead King's Guard. I think King's Guard's just regenerating the Palace Garden, the same as heroes regenerating their citadels. So King's Guard's going to go down. But, yeah, that's a dangerous Bane right there. But, oh, also a dead one. They killed each other. Lovely. Oh! That's the place I need to go for my quest at some point. Oops. That's dangerous. Okay, Mercurio's turn. More trickery. I need more trickery, please. False orders, get a king's thing off a tile. Or a bounty, puts a bounty on a target. Now. Where the heck is Amber? Oh, no, sorry, she's down here. That's fine. That's okay. Okay, so I know exactly where she is. So let's put a bounty right on Amber. Ideally, yeah, we'll get the attention of that guard there who can start weakening her down a little bit. Let's go take her town to see if I can just kind of get her attention that way. Move over here. Take this town. Okay. Steal yet more money from her, as well as taking yet another town. So at this point, I hold 3 towns, but I'm a bit worried that Sana's about to go and take that one because she's a horrible person. I don't hold that town anymore. That town is just not owned by anyone. Yeah, I should start also looping down here to get to this place where I've had a quest waiting for me for quite some time. No sign of any... Are there any spirit stones anywhere around? Yo, there's a spirit stone right there. Sana's totally going to go for that. Darn, is there anything I can do to stop her? Kind of don't want Sana to get more spirit stones. I wouldn't mind having that spirit stone, but gonna be a tricky one. No, I'm not gonna be able to beat her there. I'd need to go. No, especially with the mounts in the way. Sana will easily get there before me. Don't need to worry about that. False orders. Do I need to do anything with false orders? No, I can just hold on to those ones. Spy network. I've got a fair few not useful cards at the moment. My hand's being clogged up. Thane, what on earth are you planning to do at this point? He's gonna once again bloody take on the King's Guard. It never works out well for you. It just doesn't. He's gonna burn some cards to get some attacks. No, he's not gonna burn any cards. Then he does... Oh, he does pretty well, actually, on this occasion. Nice. Gets some good bonus damage. And then, okay, he doesn't take any damage at all and kills a King's Guard. Beautiful. Well done. So, for once, he's done alright and he takes the town. In fact, I think Amber's completely out of towns at this point, meaning she's got 0 income, which is probably going to be something she's going to consider a very serious problem. But if she wants to deal with urgently, she'll have to either get ambushed by... Okay, oh, he's going for her. He's going to be slaughtered. What? You're utterly mad. Oh, but she was ambushed, apparently. She gets a lot of benefit. Oh, dear. What on earth are you going to do to survive this? Hopefully, actually, if he just does a load of damage... Oh, he had a bad roll, too. Very bad roll. He'll do 2 damage to her. Oh, no, he didn't do any damage to her. I thought that his ability meant that he would be guaranteed to do so, but apparently not. So, he dies. Again, he's died a lot, yet he still seems to be winning in prestige, unfortunately. She's heading in that direction. Just lost a fair amount of prestige somehow or other. Gains a bunch of magic. Sana is... Wait, why on earth did Sana teleport over here? I think maybe... Oh, I'm being attacked. Okay, this is it then. She's trying to take her town back. She's annoyed at me, but she got ambushed. So, all of my lovely abilities that... Oh, bloody hell. All of my lovely abilities that I... Wait, hang on. What happened to my lovely abilities? I'm a bit worried now. Okay. She's only got 1 dice left over. The best thing I can probably do is basically throw 2... Yeah, it's throw 2 guaranteed... Oh, nice. Okay, and now we're just basically throwing extra dice out. So I get 3 attacks through that. Regeneration, do the same. Burn that for a guaranteed explosion dice. And a sun, that was useless, fine. So now I know I'm going to do 4 damage to her. If I simply defend myself, she can't block that. So now if I burn, like... Okay, so if I burn Spy Network, and then I burn False Orders, all I need to do is basically just defend myself against her, and then Witch Hunters... And then I just roll. She rolls her 1 remaining dice. It was useless to her. And she is dead. And she tries to attack me back, but she can only do 1 hit. Good. I've managed to kill Amber. Lovely. Mainly by burning a lot of cards. And I get prestige point and a bunch of money. And I claim a bounty, because there was a bounty on her, which admittedly I kind of put on her myself, but never mind. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to have to call a stop to this for now, just because we have been going for quite a while. But I am extremely into this, so I'm going to finish this round at least. We are definitely going to finish this round, which I suspect will take 1 more part to do. So, that will be concluded tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been the really rather enjoyable Armello. Thank you very much, and goodbye. What the hell? Alright, we've now got a Scottish zombie travelling with us. Oh, he's actually quite good now. And he's got over his drinking problem, which is... Oh, he eats human flesh. He's got some decent carrying capacity. Okay, fine, he eats people, but come on, let's not be flipping judgmental about this.